Carolina. It's gonna be a pretty. It's gonna be a pretty. There's my other damn screwdriver I was looking for. It's gonna be pretty. Pretty laid back on this one. Pretty laid back on this one. We'll get some measurements. Get some measurements. Got my Dorito. What's up, everybody? Got my notebook. Got my pencil. Got my handy dandy tape measure. I'm on the Wi-Fi. Whether it's wrong or right, we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do some measurements. We're gonna get some measurements. I gotta put this on the phone. So y'all hang tight. So we're going to do some measurements. To see where we're at to get a baseline. Yeah. So everybody come on in. All right, let's do it. Yo, agenda. And the what? Peace capital of the state, baby. Let's get after it. And I ain't got no shoes on. No shoes. So we're gonna do a little bit of on this bad boy, bad girl, whatever you want to call it, a baddie, a bunny, whatever you want to call her. Whatever you want to call her. You want to call her a bad girl, a bad boy, a bunny, a baddie, whatever you want to call it. whatever you want to call it. We're going to get some measurements and see how long that takes. Whoa! Oh! I was going to say something. I was going to say something before the drink got down. And I look. Damn it, boy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, TJ. Yeah. 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 Oh my goodness. Damn it, boy. I don't know what in the world. I went to breathe and but it's all good. We're gonna move around. Yeah. Let me oh my goodness. What's up? Carolina Big, TJ. Peace, Gary, Roger, TJ. Chevy Man, Gary. I don't know what that is, product by whatever. What's up, Angie? All right. Okie dokie, Smokey. Oh, I got a little glare on my glass. I need to figure out, well, I know how to do it, I just gotta do it. I need to get that other camera now. And I need to get that other camera. And I need to, Tulu showed me one time before how to do it. To go live with that DJ camera where it goes around and around. Right, where like, and what I need to do is I've been looking at that tower stick that does the that does the tracking. So as I'm walking, it follows me. Right, it follows me. I need to get one of those. If anybody's got one of those, drop it down in the comments. So let me turn this thing around. We're gonna get situated here in a second. So let me tell you what we got going on this time. Let me tell you what we got going on. Let me live with you. Hey, 4 rings. Hey, it ain't no problem. I will wash it and clean it up. I just need you to do a $150,000 wire transfer, and I'll drop it off wherever you want it. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. So this is what we're gonna do. We are going to rock back and forth. So what we already done is we fixed the electrical switch on the wall. That was the first thing we fixed. All right, we got that fixed, and now we got lights. So if you missed that live, go back and check it out. Second video that we did today was we fixed the passenger side window regulator. The side glass right here, it fell off the window track. So we fixed that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get some key measurements, right? We got to get some key measurements. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this handy dandy notebook. We're going to take this pen. We're going to take this tape measure. And we're going to go around the car and we're going to measure. We're going to measure from the top of the fender lip to the floor. And then we're going to measure all four corners. Then we're going to measure the body line. We're going to measure different places. The body line, the bottom of the rockers. We're going to get different coordinates on the vehicle. The reason why we're going to do that is because when we jack the car up and put the front on jack stands and adjust the front coilovers, I'm going to take you over there and I'm going to show it to you. Just the front coilovers, we're going to raise the front of the car up 2 inches. And the reason why I'm going to do it 2 inches is because we're going to do it 2 fingers, right? Either those 2 fingers, everywhere you want, 2 fingers, right? So 2 fingers is 1.5 inches, right? So my 2 fingers is 1.5 inches. 3 fingers is 2.5. 4 fingers is 3. All right. So the reason why we're going to go 2 fingers, that's 1.5 inches, but we're going to raise the car up 2 inches. And then we're going to let the car set. We're going to put the car back down, and then we're going to let it settle. And then we're going to see where it's going to go, right? We'll probably crank the car up, back the car out, pull the car in, back the car up, pull it in, and then let it settle and see where it's at. Because right now the problem we have is, when I say we, I'm talking about me, you, and the client, right? Well, Pat, buy the car and put whatever wheels you want on it. How about that? It's for sale? Bam! Just like that. Shwee-oo, shwee-oo. So, yeah, we're going to raise it up in the front and we're going to raise it up in the back. The car is actually sitting down like this in the back a little bit. Even though that the engine's got it weighted down in the front. Even though it's got it weighted down in the front, the car is still sitting like that, right? So we're going to have to get it. We're going to have to get it. Oh, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Keep messing around and find out what happens. Keep messing around. Keep messing around. Yeah, keep messing around. Keep messing around. All right, so if you're new to this part, the first part of the day was we fixed the electrical switch. The second part live today was I showed you how to fix the window track on the car, and this car's got power windows. So we showed you how to fix that. So we got that. The third part we're going to do is because we're going to, we got to pick it up a little bit. It has a Brian Tooley LSX 376 turnkey from Brian Tooley with a 2600, I think it's 2600 Whipple. That's what it's got in it, Chris. Yeah, Angie. Yeah, he got me. All right, so this is the problem. This is the problem right here. It's got her down too far, because the other engine in it was apparently this heavy. So this one right here got a little bit of weight in it. She's a little thick. She's a little thick. She's a little thick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some measurements, right? So we're gonna measure all the way around the car, and we're gonna get some measurements everywhere, and we're gonna get some data points, and well, it has adjustable coilovers, so that's the whole reason for adjustable coilovers. We're gonna adjust the coilovers to pick the car up. So the best one. Oh, the best ones are thick. Is that what we're talking about? She's a little thick. She's a little thick. Oh yeah, she's thick, all right. She thick. Yes, sir. Yeah, she thick, boy. Yeah, she thick. Uh-huh. Yeah. 3 thicks. Yeah. The 3 C's. The 3 C thick. Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little thickness. Or fluffy. Ain't nothing wrong with a little fluffy. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this. Let me turn this. We're gonna keep this a family channel. But Tulu, you picking up what I'm laying down. I'm just saying. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I ain't saying. All right, boys and girls. We're gonna do some measurements. If you don't know how to read a tape measure, I'll do that later. So we're gonna measure from the floor. We are 25 3/4. We are 25 3/4. 25 3/4. This is what we're gonna do right here. Right? We're just gonna do this right here, like that right there. Right? So from right here on this side, so this right here is the left side, right side. Left rear, right rear. Alright, so that's what we're doing, right? So who remembers what the measurements was? Alright? 25 3/4. 25 3/4. That is 25.75 for you the ones that wants to do the decimals. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, that's a good tip, Carolina. Carolina said put a mark on the floor so when we do it. So I'm gonna put some piece of tape here when we come back around. All right, now we're gonna go over to the passenger side. Move over to the passenger side. We're gonna do the same thing over here on the passenger side, right? We're gonna do the same thing on the passenger side. We already different. We are 25 and I'm measuring dead center of the wheel. We are 25 and a half. So we 25 and a half on this side. We already a 1/4 inch difference already from the left side to the right side. We already a 1/4 inch difference. Already a 1/4 inch difference. Now, there's a lot of reasons why that could be, but we'll cross that bridge here in a second. But right now, we are going to see what we are. So dead center of this wheel, right there. We're 26 and a half. So we're 26 and a half on this wheel. to the fender lip, to the lip, to the lip, to the lip, lip, to the lip, to the lip. All right. So now we're gonna come over here. We're gonna measure the driver's side. We'll measure the driver's side and see where we are on the driver's side. $26 3/4. 26 3/4. 26 3/4. Well, at least it's consistent. So, at least it's consistent. So the whole car is a 1/4 inch lower on the passenger side than it is on the driver's side. All right. So let's recap. Let's recap where we at. Okay. So on the left side, which is the driver's side, we 25 3/4 to the bottom of the lip. On the driver's side or passenger side, we're 25 1/2 to the lip. On the right, on the left rear, which would be the driver's side rear, we 26 3/4 to the floor. And on the passenger side, we're 26 1/2. So the car is actually setting a 1/4 of an inch. It's actually leaning a 1/4 of an inch to the passenger side. All right. So now let's check some more places from there and get some more. We get some more data points, right? So we're gonna get some more data points. I'm gonna set the camera right here, and I'm gonna talk to you, right? But I'm gonna get some measurements. All right. Well. It would take a lot of weight for me to sit in the driver's seat to make this car squat a 1/4 of an inch, the whole car to the left. It's going to take more than 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that is a good point. That is a good point. All right, so we're going to check. We are going to check. We're going to check right here at the pinch wheel at the back. We're going to check right here at the bottom of the pinch wheel. And then also we're going to check from the floor to this body line on the 1/4. And these are just reference points. So right there, I'm at 8 inches and an eighth. I'm at 8 I'm 8 and an eighth. All right. Now I'm going to check from the floor to this body line to give me a reference point. We're 13 3/16. All right. Now we're going to go up here and check at the front. We're going to go up here and check at the front. You know what else would be funny? Oh, this floor is level. That's 7 3/16. And then we're gonna go to this body line right here. That's 12 5/8. Four and three quarter to the center of the header on this side. Four and three quarter on that side. All right. All right, we're gonna check this side. We're gonna check this side. Five inches on the headers. Twelve and a 12 and a half on that side. Seven and 3/16 on that side. Well, that's the same. That's the same number. Seven and 3/16. And $13. And that right there is 8 and an 8. All right, let's yeah. All right, let's regroup and see where we're at. All right, let's regroup. Let's regroup and see where we're at. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right. Let's regroup on what we got. Oh, you want to say that again? It's got big tires on it, Sandra. I mean, how big a tire you want? It's got pretty big size tires on it now. It's got 285s on it. It's got 285s on it. I mean, how big of a tire would you like? Now we're gonna put tubs in it this winter. Put a bigger tire on the back, but right now, Well, I mean, you can't go no wider than that right there on a stock Camaro without putting tubs in it. So that's as wide as you can go. I mean, you might be able to go to a 295, but you're gonna rub like a son of a gun. So to put a wider tire on it than that, you gotta put tubs in it. So that's the objective for this winter. But right now it's got a 285 on it. So that's about as good as it's gonna get. That's about as good as it's gonna get. All right, so let's do a little recap. All right, so let's do a little recap. You don't like low profile. Them tires ain't low profile. That tire is the same tire. That profile tire is the same tire that's on a ZL1 Corvette. It's not a low profile tire. You talking about them rubber bands. Them are not rubber bands. I mean, those are pretty beefy tires, and the sidewall. You're talking about the sidewall. See, there's a difference. You got the width, which is 285 millimeters, which is left and right, and then you got the aspect ratio, which is the top part of the rubber and the bottom part of the rubber. That ratio, the top and the bottom is the ratio of the width of the tire. So that's the, I'm talking about meat. Okay, well, I'm talking about steaks and ribeyes and porterhouse and filet mignon. I'm talking about that. So you're gonna have to clarify what you're talking about. Are you talking about the footprint of the tire? That tire right there, I'll play. That tire is 12 inches wide. That's a 12-inch wide tire. I mean, that's pretty damn wide. I mean, that's pretty wide. I mean, it's got a 12-inch wide tire on it, so how wide of a tire do you want? You know, I mean, it's got a tire on it that wide. It has a 12-inch, the tire on it is 12 inches wide. The tire is wider than a bucket. So you're talking about two different things. See, you're talking about two different things. You're talking about the width and the profile. That's two different things. You're talking about, what you're talking about. All right, we're gonna have a little lesson on tires. This tire is like a 30-some. This is a 26-inch tall tire. 26. That is a 26-inch tire. All right. What you're talking about is this. You're talking about the ratio. You're talking about that. That's what you're talking about. The ratio. That's not the meat. The meat is left and right. The ratio is this. So this thing has a 5-inch sidewall. You got 2.5 on that side, 2.5 on that side. So 2.5 and 2.5 makes 5. Right? That's 5. Right? Then if you're talking about original, these cars come out with 14-inch, 14 by 6 or 14 by 7s or 15 by 7s, and they run like a 195, 75, 15 tire, which is like 6 inches wide. So they're not even compared the same. So. All right, so let's get back to what we was here for. All right, the reason why we took some measurements, is the car is actually lower in the front now because of the new engine is heavier. All right, it did have this thing's had several different engines in it. It had a 383 in it, carbureted, all chromed out. It's gone.
Then it had a 6.0 that was built, 408 stroker, wasn't coming up to par. It's gone. Then put a 6.2 in it. It was all built. Got it on the dyno. Was doing a dyno run. The oil pressure dropped immediately. Couldn't shut it down in time. It shit its guts out. Pulled that engine out, warranted that engine, and then ordered a Brian Tooley LSX 376 with a 2600 Whipple. Yeah, I think that's right, 2600 Whipple. Got that in there. That's been in there for about 3 or 4 months now, plus or minus. So now the car has settled on the, it has all QA1 suspension. So the suspension needs to be adjusted. We need to raise up, we need to pick the car up, adjust the coilovers, and raise the front end up past margin what we want, and then let it ride and let it settle and then settle out. So we want 2 fingers. Want 2 fingers, which is 1.5 inch clearance over the fender lip and the tire, but we're going to raise the coilovers up 2 inches, and by doing it 2 inches, that's going to give us a 1/2 inch of settle in the suspension, so it should level out 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches plus or minus. But we had to get a baseline, right? A baseline, and I'm not talking about Georgia baseline, I'm talking about baseline. We had to get a baseline. I didn't say drum line, I said baseline. B-A-S-E, base, not B-A-S-S, okay? So that's where we're at on that. So that's where we're at on this part right here, right? So here's where we're at on the baseline. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I got on the numbers, and then we can go from there. All right, so we're gonna start on the driver's side. So from the fender lip, from the lip right there, from the lip to the floor, it's 25 3/4 on the driver's side, and it's 25 1/2 on the passenger side. So the car is leaning. The car is a 1/4 inch lower on the passenger side, and it's leaning. Now, somebody's gonna probably say, well, it's the gas tank. Well, that would be true if it was in a Chevrolet pickup truck, because the gas tanks are on the driver's side, and gas weighs right at a little bit, about 8 pounds a gallon. So if you had a 20-gallon tank, that's 160 pounds sitting in the passenger floorboard, and that would make the car lean. But the gas tank on these F-bodies are at the back of the car. So now, having a gas tank at the back of the car, that will also take an effect of the car setting to the rear a little bit, because you got, if this thing had a, let's say this thing got a I think it's got a 20-gallon tank, so that's 160 pounds that we got sitting in the trunk, right? If it's a full tank of fuel. So that's gonna have it setting back a little bit, right? Nobody rides in the back seat of this thing. He's talking about doing a back seat delete, because nobody rides in the back. But nevertheless, hold on a second. Road Live, don't even, what comment are we talking about? What comment are we talking about? I don't know. I ain't got time to deal with it. I don't know. I didn't see a comment about the blower. Oh, I ain't worried about that. All right, so right here, we so the car is already laying a 1/4 inch lower on the driver's side, or on the passenger side, excuse me, on the passenger side, right? It's on the passenger side, right? So I also measured from the center line of the headers on the driver's side and the center line of the headers on the passenger side, and the headers are a 1/4 inch low, 1/4 inch higher on the driver's side. Now that could be in the design of the headers and whatnot, you know, all that good stuff. We're not really worried about that. just wanted to get a bait, just wanted to see, because they are pretty low. Then we measured the right rear, which would be right there. The right rear right there. The right rear is 26 and a half from the lip of the fender, or the lip of the rear quarter panel to the floor. And then we measured the driver's side from the lip of the quarter to the floor, and it's 26 3/4. So that's consistency. That is a consistent, the car is leaning to the passenger side 1/4 of an inch, and you can clearly see that in the front fender to the tire and the rear tire to the quarter versus the driver's side. So the car is leaning. The car is leaning to the driver's side, or excuse me, to the passenger side. All right. So then I measured from the rocker on the passenger side, and the rocker on the driver's side, and the rocker on the passenger side, and the rocker on the driver's side, just to get me a reference point, right? So the reference point is at the front on the front on the driver's side, from the rocker to the floor. From the rocker to the floor is 8 1/8. So at the back of the rocker to the floor, it's 8 1/8. And it's the exact same measurement on the driver's side as well. So from the rocker to the floor and the rocker to the floor is 8 inches and 1/8, or 8.125. All right. So also at the front of the rocker to the bottom is 7 3/16, and it's the same thing on the other side, 7 3/16. So that is consistency of both sides are pretty much consistent from front to back and side to side, right? Now I can't do a cross measurement from here to here to see if it's a square, see if the body's square. Now I could bring my trim gauge out here, and I could measure from the bolt pin of the fender on this side. I'll just show you because I know the numbers. I could measure from here, from this bolt all the way across to this bolt, and I could get a cross pattern. And then I could do the exact same thing from here to over there and get a cross pattern and see if it's square, to see if the front end is square to the body, right? So that's how you tell guys and girls, when you take your front ends off your car and you put it back and shit's not lining up. That's how you find out whether it's square. Find you a data point. Find you a data point right here, and then measure to another data point, which would be here, because this is on the front, this is on the cowl. Measure from there with a tram gauge to here, and then do the exact same thing from here to over there, and that will get you an X. And then whatever the distance is, say it's, I'm just gonna throw a number out there. Say it's 60 inches from here to there, and then you measure over here and it's 59. Then that tells you that the front end is out of square an inch. So that means you need to fix it. But if it was out that much, you would be able to tell it. I mean, you tell it in the fenders, you would tell it, you would be able to tell it from left to right if it was out that much. Margin of error is -3 to positive. So 6 degrees, right? So it can be +6 or -6. And when you're using an iCar or a car liner frame machine, 6 degrees. 3 degrees one way, 3 degrees the other way. 0 is the best, right? Or 3 millimeters, excuse me. 6 millimeters versus not 6 degrees, 6 millimeters. out of square. So as long as it's not past +6 and nowhere past -6 millimeters, that's how you get it square, right? Yeah, and also when Jonathan, that's a good thing. Also, when you're setting your panels on vehicles, always start with the door. Line your door up to the quarter, and once you get it where it needs to be, here and here, then line your fender up to the door. Always start from the back to the front, because the quarters are stationary. This is the quarter. This is the quarter. This is the sail panel. This is the package tray. The quarters are stationary, so they don't move. So you line everything up from the door to the quarter. If your door pin hinges are bad, then you're not gonna be able to get your doors right. So I highly recommend replacing your door pins and your hinges, right? So you go door to quarter, fender to door, your front nose, you get all this stuff lined up. All this bolts to this. You get all this lined up, and your hood is the last thing. You get your hood, and then you can adjust your fenders a little bit. You know, you can adjust your fenders a little bit by right here if you have to, plus or minus. You can get them out and get your doors right. And then if you, on these hoods, if you get this gap here, right, because all this is square, that's where this comes in play, measuring from here to there and from there to there, getting it square. And this is a unibody car, so this goes for everything. It's not just a unibody. And a unibody, if you don't know what that is, a unibody is, it doesn't have no chassis. It's got a subframe in the front, and then the rear rails are built into the body, so it's all one unit, right? So that's that. And then you go from there. So our objective here is to figure out a baseline where we're at, and then we will do another video, because I knew this video would probably get a little bit in depth on measurements and stuff like that. The next video will be marking the floor like Carolina suggested. Mark the floor with some tape, jack the car up, adjust the coilovers, get the coilovers adjusted, set the car back down, and then crank the car up, pull the car out, pull the car back in, and then see if it settles, and then go from there. So that's that. No, I did these wheels. He ordered these wheels. These are two-piece wheels, and I took them apart and painted them. We went with a dark. They are 20s all the way around. They're 20s on the front and they're 20s on the rear. This is a LSX 376 Brian Tooley engine with a Whipple on it. It's got a new CV Charlie Victor Foxtrot. It has a new front drive system for this thing. Going to take that one off and change it. Go from there. But that's where we're at on this. Yeah boy. So part one video today was we fixed the electrical over there on the switch, where the ants got into the electrical switch and shorted out the switch, and now we got lights. The second part of the video today was this glass had fell off the track. We fixed that. It's power windows. We got that fixed, and then I'll go ahead and show you. We got that fixed right there. You just hit that right there. You just hit this right here. Window goes down. I'm gonna fix this. It's clocked wrong. And then you go that way right there, and the window goes up. And then right here, this switch right here. This switch here is for the passenger window. The window goes down. Window goes up. So we're good on that. And then the driver's side, you know, driver's side goes up. And then we're good on that. So that's that. So that is that. That door shut like a glove, didn't it? So that's where we're at on that. What's up, Impala J? So that's where we're at. It's not a window, it's a window. So same thing on a G-body. I mean, let's walk out here and I'll show you on a G-body. Same thing on a G-body. Same thing on a G-body, right? Same thing on a G-body. When you take them apart, this right here, you can measure from there to over there to right here, right? You measure from there to there, and that'll get you a center line, right? On that, and we'll go from there. And then it's all carbon fiber. That's real carbon fiber. I gotta fix. I called him and told him his horn didn't work. I said, man, your horn ain't working, man. What in the world happened? He said, what? And I said, man, your horn ain't working. And he said, okay. And then he wants me to build him a console. He wants me to build him a cover. Wants to build a cover for cover this up, which would be a little tricky because this right here is higher than the console. So I'll have to make one out of cardstock first, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, have to go from there. I really like these shifters right here, man. These shifters right here are so nice. This right here, so nice, so clean. You ain't got that ratchet crap. You ain't got that click, 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 all that BS shit. Yeah, this right here, very, very nice. Very nice shifter right here. No, he wants to make something. He said he had the boot. My daggone gimbal died. Can it be closed in a little? Yeah, so I asked him, did he want a boot, right? And he said, no, he didn't want a boot. And I'm like, okay, fine. So with that being said, I just had to get some cardstock and kind of just make something. But I'm going to have to make it where it's going to have to clear this, because this is bolted to the bottom of this is bolted to the floor pans, to the tunnel. And this shifter here is because it's an 8-speed. So this thing has an 8-speed in it. So it's an 8-speed. This thing's 8L is what's in this thing. So it's 8-speed, and it's really, really nice, man. He had a 4L60, then he had a 4L60, then he had a 4L80, then he had a 4L85, and he said, piss on that shit. I'm going to an 8-speed JG. Let's put an 8-speed in it. So we got an 8-speed. So it has an 8-speed in it. And it's stuffed. Stuffed. Yeah. Yeah, Carolina. That's what I said. Yeah. So, yeah. And then the gauge cluster that was in here he's had Dakota Digital. First when this car had a 383 stroker in it and all chromed out. I got pictures of it. I'll post those up in my community post after this. But it had a 383 in it with a 700R in it, all chromed out. I mean, engine, excuse me. Motors are electric. Engine. The engine was all chromed out, and it was carbureted. And it run like a soul machine. It had chip Foose torque thrust wheels on it. He liked that for a little bit, and then he got rid of that shit. And then he told me, he said, sell that 383. I literally did a video on Facebook, and within an hour, sold the whole engine, the radiator, the engine, transmission, dry shaft, shifter, and everything. Sold it all like with an hour after doing a video on it on Facebook. Gone just like, I didn't even have time to put it on YouTube. It was gone just like that. Then he put a, I think he put a 6.0 in it, had a 6.0 stroker in it, 408 stroker in it, and he put a 4L60 in it. And he kept that for just a little bit, and he didn't like that. But y'all know the rest of it. But the gauges, the gauges he had in here were the round odometer gauges, almost like NASCAR kind of theme, and it had a billet insert, and he didn't like it, so he got rid of that. And then he went Dakota Digital. He didn't like that. And then when put this Brian Tooley engine in, since it has all Holley, he went with the Holley interface pad, and this is the Holley interface pad. So this right here, this is the Holley interface pad, and everything is in here. The turn singles, I mean, everything is in here. The turn singles, everything. Turn singles, high beams, low beam. It does the RPM, 60 foot. It's got the boost. It's got the boost gauge on it right there, how much boost it's making. It's got the fuel pressure. It's got the oil pressure. It's got the water temp, got the tach, got the speedo. Well, that right there tells you he's got 577 miles on it since this new engine. So that's all he's got on it, is 577 miles on this new engine. That's all he's got on it. That's all he's got on it. Yeah, and then he wants to update the interior a little bit. We've already updated the seats. They're super nice. Headliner's in good shape. Let me show you. Headliner's in good shape, but changed out the steering wheel. Also want to do a little got to do a little clean housekeeping in here. Got to fix some of this stuff in here. Don't want to change this a little bit. You know, just a little housekeeping here and there. Nothing major. And then this winter, man, I really like the steering wheel too, buddy. I really like the steering wheel. This winter, this thing has a QA. This thing has QA1 suspension on it, all the way around it, front and back. Coilovers front and back. Has like it's either 3.5 or 3-inch exhaust on it, all the way out. It's stuffed. It's gotta put a little grease on that, Bubba. Has the Caltrax link bars. We're gonna tub it this winter, so he's ordered the whole kit from QA1 to everything, rear end, everything. It's like $7 grand. So we're gonna tub it out and then see what we're gonna do on that side. So yeah, so that's it right there. Y'all know y'all got anything pending? I mean, anybody got a question or something? The color of this car, I mean, I'll tell you what the color is. You won't be able to match it. The color is switchback silver over G7. That's the color of it. So it's a Chevrolet or a Toyota. Chevrolet, Toyota, all the same difference. It's switchback silver. It's switchback silver over G7, and the wheels. No, it ain't got the rear. No, it's got a Moser rear end underneath it. Right now, it has a Moser, but the wheels. He let me paint the wheels, so I painted the wheels to kind of match the carbon fiber, and I don't think I showed y'all. Look, I'm about to wash this thing. Yeah, it's got wheelwood brakes on it. Yeah, see, it's switchback silver. It's switchback silver. It's over G7. This is real carbon fiber. This ain't imitation. That's real carbon fiber. Real carbon fiber barrels. Yeah, they ain't nothing to imitate. This is all real carbon fiber, all that. So yeah. Yeah, Splint Nose bumper is my favorite Camaro, favorite one. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button if you like what you see, and make sure you leave a comment, because y'all know YouTube has got an algorithm. If you hit the subscribe button and you don't give a thumbs up or a comment, they'll purge you in 24 hours because they think you're a bot. And the goal is to hit. I thought the day I lost the day. Today's Thursday. The goal was 7,000. So, oh yeah, and the blaster, the media blaster. Any more questions on this? Any more questions on this before I walk up to the top of the hill to show you the '63 Impala? It is a LSX 376 Brian Tooley with a Whipple supercharger. Is what's in this thing. Family Outcast, right? And then the stripes is a gunmetal gray. It's a Chevrolet gunmetal gray, and it's actually sprayed over the silver, so that's why it has a little lighter tone, because it's sprayed over silver. So we got any more questions? We got any more questions on this car? No, it's a client's car. It's a client's car. No content. This is a client's car. Any more comments on that? Before I walk up to the top of the hill and tell you what's going on tomorrow. And I know I told y'all we were going to adjust these coilovers, but we're probably going to have to hold off till maybe Saturday or Sunday, because something. When we took a break from 1:30 to 3 o'clock, there's some stuff that transpired, and so we're gonna have to put a pause on this. There's $150,000 in this car right now, so 150K is what's in this car right now, plus or minus. Yeah, I mean, if you know cars, I mean, look, it's got wheelward Hydro Boost brakes on it. I mean, if you know cars and you know parts, I mean, just look it up. I mean, these are Dapper lights. These are Dappers. I put all these lights in. They're color coordinated. So you got turn signals, high beams, driving lights, done all that stuff. So he don't drive. Let me correct something. This car does not get driven unless it's sunshine. It don't get driven two or 3 hours before sunset. It don't get driven. That's why we didn't do a ride test the other day, because he got here like at 4 and he's like, hey bro, you know I don't drive this thing, it's too close to dark. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he doesn't, like, this thing gets driven like midday, and that's it. And it has to be a pretty day. I give him hell when he brought it to me. I was like, damn dude, this thing's dirty. He's like, man, don't beat me up too bad. And I was like, man, this thing's nasty. He's like, yeah, I know. I said, dude, I'll wash and clean it up for you. I said, when I get done with it, I said, I'll vacuum it out. I said, I won't rub that Armor All shit on the interior. I cannot stand that when people lube up the damn interior. I can't stand that shit, man. You can see my dirty fingerprints from touching the glass. So when I'm done with it, I will wash and clean the car. I will clean it up. I'll wipe it down. I'll put some no sling shine on the wheels, and I'll wash and clean it up real good, and I'll tell him to come get it. Yeah, that's right, Grease Spot. Needs leather conditioner, man. Don't put that Armor All shit on there, man. So like I said, any more questions on this? I'll give y'all like maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We're at 65 right now. 2 minute warning. 2 minute warning. If you got any more questions on this, let me know, because I want to walk up there and show the ones that's new the 63 Impala and tell you what we're about to cook, what's about to happen on the Impala. Y'all see that right there? I got my parts book in today. Woo! Woo! I got my parts book in today. Got my parts book in today. Yes, sir. We about to burn it down, boys and girls. We about to burn it down. All right, we got about 30 seconds. Anybody got any more questions or comments on this car? Going once, going twice, sold to the man in the back door. All right, let me go over here and turn the lights out. Y'all don't remember seeing that, do you? Let's go over and turn the lights out. Appreciate you, Elko. Y'all just wait. 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 All right, let me make sure I'm on the Wi-Fi. Hang tight. All right, so this is Elko. Now we're talking Elko's language now. This is a 63 Impala. It is a ex Canadian chassis car. It is an ex Canadian chassis car. Yep. It is an ex Canadian chassis car. It is an ex chassis. The mobile blaster, he just called me today. Well, he texted me. He texts me and he says, I got my machine going and we're ready to go. If you're ready to go. And I said, I'm ready, baby. I've been ready since last week. So he is supposed to be here tomorrow. So tomorrow's live for you boys and girls is going to be, the mobile blaster is going to be here tomorrow. And we're going to blast the bottom of the chassis. We're going to blast the bottom of the chassis. We're going to blast the bottom of the car. All the suspension stuff. He's going to blast the bottom of the hood. He's going to blast the bottom side of the deck lid. And he's also going to blast the bottom of the deck lid for the Le Mans. Y'all remember the Le Mans, right? Y'all remember that? So we got that. Yeah, I'm always barefooted, man. So yeah, so this is a 63 Impala. This Impala is not on hydraulics, it's on air. I did not do the air. The only thing I have done to this car since it's been here, just little odd end things here and there, redone the disc brake conversion, fixed the seat, put new air compressors on it for the air ride, and rebuilt the rear end, done the disc brake conversion on the rear end, redone the rear gears, and that's pretty much it. You know, plus or minus. And pulled the engine out. Yeah, it's got a rack, grease spot. I mean, I don't know nothing about it. It's leaking, so I gotta have to do some little bit of research to figure out what it is, but the rack needs to be replaced. It leaks. But and then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna radius these corners because they're sharp. So I'm gonna radius these corners. So basically, they just took some flat bar, welded there, and done that, and then it's got power rack on it. So it actually has the Speedway kit. It actually has a Speedway kit that's on it. And go from there. And same thing on the back. And it has the GM style external Mercy brakes. and replaced all the brake lines and all that good stuff. Looks like it has a new fuel tank in it. But yeah, that's about it on this. The engine for this is, the engine in this is a Blueprint 347 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque engine. It's a little dusty. So if the owner is looking, I apologize. It's a little dusty. It has been covered up, but it's dusty. Ain't nothing a little water won't fix. Here's the engine for it. I got it covered up. Let me pull this blanket off of it. Here's the engine. Here's the engine. It's a 347 horse Blueprint engine, 400 foot-pounds of torque. It has the new Holley mid drive on the front, which is all compact. It has fuel injection on it. There's the new radiator. It has a Sniper 2 system on it. Here's the mufflers for it. Right here, here's the mufflers for it. I really like these mufflers here. These are the same mufflers that's on the 68 C10. These are just smaller. This is the engine for the 63 Impala. Like I said, it is fuel injected. It's ready to go. We've already did a startup on this. It's all wired up, the relay system and everything. So I just have to, only thing I have to take out is this. The rest of it stays because this is my cart. And then there's the fuel tank right there for fuel injection, and there's the tank for carbureted. And all I got to do is just take the engine off of this. Long tube headers won't work, man, because it had long tube headers on it, and you got, now if this car, it has to have these on here, man. It has to have those. It has to have those headers. And the reason why it has to have those headers is because it had long tube headers on it, and when this thing airs all the way out, it was setting on the headers. So you got to understand, when this thing airs all the way out, this right here, the exhaust that was on it, it had long tube headers on it. They came out, they come under, they went right here, they come out like this right here, and then they turn, and then the exhaust run down there. The header stuck down 2 inches. The header stuck down 2 inches past this, and when the car would air out, it would set on the, it would set on the headers, and the car wouldn't go all the way back. Oh, no, Eddie, it's fine, man. You didn't know, buddy. You didn't know. If the car was not an air ride car, I totally agree with you. Long tube headers. I totally agree with you, 100%. If it did not have air ride on it where it would lay itself all the way out, absolutely, long tube headers, win for the win. Just like the 54. It has block hookers on it too, because it's laying frame right now. It's on the chassis. It's laid all the way out. If you cranked it up and tried to put it in gear, it wouldn't do nothing but sit there and just spin the tires, because it can't have long tube headers on it, but it has collectors on them. Then it comes out, and when it comes out of the collectors, then it goes a 3-inch exhaust, and it's tucked up underneath the car so it does not hang below the frame rails. Same thing with this car. It has to have those ram horns on it so you can keep the exhaust tucked up tight. And then we're going to have to figure out a way, and I'm not even saying that I might take a hole saw and cut a hole right into the chassis all the way through it, and then sleeve it, and then run the exhaust through the hole, and then turn the exhaust and run the exhaust all the way back. Because it's going to be the same problem. I'd have to come out with exhaust, and we'd have to run the exhaust right here in this bend to keep it up here, because when the car airs out, this touches the floor. This is on the ground. So you can't run nothing underneath this because it's aired all the way out. So when I run the exhaust, if I have enough room to come right here with the exhaust where it ain't in the way, because it's got wire wheels on it, so not really worried about that. It's got 15-inch knockoffs on it, so we ain't worried about the exhaust or worried about that. If the exhaust comes out right here and turns, right here, and it's up below that line right there. So let me see if we can, let me see if I can find something and I'll show you. All right, so right here. So look at this right here. So if you put a level on that, if we put a level on that and level that, that's all the room I have for the exhaust. So the exhaust would have to come out of that hole right there, right? It would have to come out. It'd have to come out right here and then turn and then run here and not be below this right here. See what I'm saying? I'm running oval pipe on mine. 2 more lights. Yeah, so that's that. And then same thing with the 54. Now this exhaust was done back in 2006, and the ceramic coat back in 2006 wasn't no good. See, this one has the block style hugger headers, sort of like the like the ram horns, and it sucks up and it runs in, and then it's on there. Same thing with the box truck. You know, the exhaust is going to have to be tucked up real tight, and it's got Mustang headers on it, 94 GT Mustang headers on it, or long tubes, so they sucked up real tight, you know. So that's that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Been on here for 77 minutes, so I'm a little bit over than I normally go over. So that's the goal for tomorrow. So make sure you, I don't know what time he's going to be here, but just as soon as I know what time he's going to be here, I will go ahead and schedule a live and go ahead and put it on there. You know, he'll be here, so you can kind of put it in your Rolodex and hit the bell where you can get notified. I don't know how long he'll be here. He'll be here for a pretty good while. So I'm going to have to go down here behind the garage or the shop, get some cinder blocks and lay cinder blocks. Somebody's here. They must be new. Oh, they got the radio playing. Listening to pop. Yo! Yo! That son gonna ask me if he could turn around in my yard. Oh, hell no, you ain't turning around in my yard. All right, boys and girls. Yeah, and that's my son's truck right there. So if y'all knew, that son gonna want my yard. You lost your ever loving mind, dog. That's my son's truck right there. So, but yeah, I'm barefooted out here in the gravel. Look. This is actually the cable for the burn table. So let's see if it's the right one. Since y'all here, let's see if it's the right one. So Let's see if this is the right, one. Yeah, we've been waiting on this for a minute. Where is the name of the steel toed? If this is the right cable, we're gonna be in business, boys and girls. If this is the right cable, we're gonna be in business. It looks like it's right. It looks like it's right. Woo! Boy, she slid in like it was payday, boy. She slid in like it was payday. Oh, yeah, we cooking with gas now. We cooking with gas now, boys and girls. Now I just got to take this cable right here, plug it into that box right there, call tech support, get them to go through the run sequence for it, and we in business. Well, my boy's in business. This right here is the burn table for my son for his business. It's called NGO Designs, LLC. And this is a burn table where we can cut out, well, he's gonna cut it out, cut out the parts, cut all the parts out and stuff like that. So super excited. Yeah, we cook. Yeah, TJ, we cooking with oxtails and tater tots, baby. I've had so much trouble getting the right cable, man. They keep sending me the wrong effing cable. So now this one right here plugs into that box right there. See, this is the one they sent me the other day. This is the one they sent me right there. And I said, look, man, 2 Audis don't make it any. So that don't work. So that's good. This cable right here plugs into that black box, which goes to the plasma. And now I can program, well, he can program parts, I can program parts, and we can cook with gas. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every single one of you. Remember, stay cocked, locked, and ready to rock. And, oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, Eddie, CNC plasma table. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, CNC plasma table. Man, it's been a long road on this thing, man. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, been a long road on that. Yep, been a long road on that. So been waiting on that cord. So now, tomorrow, after he gets blasting, since it's Friday, they're in Texas. So I'll call them tomorrow, get them on tech support, get my guy, Johnny Be Good, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, another thing we got going on, cooking with gas. Y'all see this right here? Got another pano roof. Got another one. That makes number 3. Gonna put this in the G body. And got another one over here. Look at this one right here. This is a big one right here, boys and girls. This is a big one. That's a big one. And I gotta go get another one. I gotta go get a sunroof because I got a 68 C10 coming. The first of the year, he wants me to put a sunroof in his truck. So I'm super excited about that. All right, boys and girls, remember what I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. I sweep off your own front porch while I sweeping off anybody else's. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. I appreciate you. Remember what I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's.